Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
And this is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's going on with you, my guy?
Man, listen, it has been an insightful week for me. You know what I'm saying? I was just telling you some stuff off air. So I was gonna say, man, new beginnings, man. So, you know, I'm feeling kind of good, man. But how about yourself?
Man, I'm feeling good, bro. Yesterday was like a, you know what I'm saying, like a down day. I was having a pretty bad day. But it was because of the weather and, you know what I'm saying, just, you know how that shit drain you, man. You don't be feeling too good, but I got some sleep, man. Sun is up. Sun was up today. You know what I'm saying? My batteries was recharged. I'm feeling good today, man. I'm ready to pod, brother.
That's what's up, man.
For sure, man.
Look, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to tell your ass, yo, you said something a while ago, but I saw the excitement on your face. I was like, yo, let's go.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. I'm ready to trash this movie. Do you hear me?
Oh, man,
I'm ready to trash it, bro. Yes. We talking about a movie in 2000 that has traumatized everybody. Well, it wasn't this one, but the franchise itself has traumatized everybody from getting on a plane or riding on the highway behind anything, any kind of big rig or truck or anything that got something that looks like it could fall off of it. That's right, man. We're talking about Final Destination. We talk about the first one, not the full franchise, but we might end up bringing up, you know what I'm saying, some things from the other movies as well. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? We just gonna go ahead and ride the train on this one, brother. So real quick, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot how goofy this movie is.
It got some goofy moments. It got some stuff from 2000 that it's like, yo, we don't do that no more.
The CGI / graphics in this are like Nightmare Before Christmas-esque. Like anytime the black shadow of death comes around, that shit look like claymation.
Hey, yo, the funniest one, I know which one you're talking about too, because the worst one when the teacher was at home
and she was wiping off the goddamn kettle, bro. I said, you can see it though. You can see it. I said, why is her hand moving like that? And I got to looking. I said, oh, that's horrible. I said, this is CGI. This is horrible. Hey, man, let me tell you something. 2000s was not a good time for CGI, man. It's funny going back and looking on old movies and seeing the graphics and the stuff, you know what I'm saying, that they used to do in the movies compared to the stuff we got now. Man, that shit, look, oh, my goodness.
Hey, dude. Hey, that's just like I said the same thing when we did Independence Day. Yeah, bro. That shit was hilarious, bro. Man, when they were blowing up the buildings. That shit was funny.
Shit look crazy now, bro. But it looked even worse because the TV is 4K. So you know, like that shit shows like for real. So now, like watching that shit, you can see the bad graphics and all that. But nah, man, this movie was for me. Final Destination when it first came out, because you know everybody had to go see it when it first came out. Went to the movies to see it, and I wasn't scared. I was excited because I was like, wow, like this shit is different. We've never seen really anything like this when it came out at the time. But now going back and watching it in hindsight, this shit is trash. First off, we don't know why any of this shit is happening.
Okay, well, okay. So before you do that, so a little synopsis. So basically, you know what I'm saying? It's centered around this dude Alex. So Alex he's already got like this superstition about, you know, getting on a plane because like his school was going on a trip to Paris. And so he was, what I mean by the skeptical is like he was using his dad's bag and his dad had the last flight sticker thing on it that he used, and he wanted to keep it on there because he was like superstitious, like you made it back. with this tag. So I think the tag should be on the bag or at least in the bag type of thing. So it already started where he was, you know what I'm saying, going over a lot of shit in his head where he was kind of afraid that something was going to happen.
Right.
So long story short, he has a premonition on the plane, freaks out, get off the plane. Everybody was in the hallway, had to get off the plane. 2 people walked off voluntarily. Well, he had a premonition that it blew up on takeoff. It blew up on takeoff. And what happens is people started dying in the order that they would have died in,
right,
if they would have still been on the plane.
Yep.
So like that's basically the movie. And then like Alex is trying to figure out like how to cheat death. And they believe that, you know, if you cheat it one time, then the whole thing is over. So that's basically the synopsis of the movie.
Yeah, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, going back and watching this in hindsight, bro, it's like you realize how goofy this movie is because first, like I said, you don't know why this is exactly happening. You know what I'm saying? We know that, you know what I'm saying, somehow death has chosen this group of people to get rid of, but we don't know why death is choosing this, right? And we don't even learn that this is a design thing from death until later on after Todd's death. So, you know what I'm saying, they find this out, and then not only do they find this out, just mysteriously, this nigga is a clairvoyant. They don't bring up nothing like when he was a kid. Oh man, you know, when you was a kid, you used to say you seen stuff out. They don't bring none of this shit up. This nigga just mysteriously gained superpowers and he a clairvoyant. Thirdly and lastly, this nigga finds out the path of death.
Mm-hmm.
Just easy. This nigga sitting on the couch talking to his dad, look at the screen, drinking seltzer water, and then boom. Next thing you know, this nigga know the path of death. I'm not buying none of this shit, man.
Okay, so to the point of, have you ever seen? It's a underrated movie, Sandra Bullock movie called Premonition. Have you ever seen that?
I believe I have.
It was her and dude from Nip Tuck. He was her husband. So basically, she just basically had a dream premonition type of thing, and the shit just popped up suddenly. Like it wasn't no thing that just like. So basically, it was. I get what you're saying, because for it to just come up suddenly, and the thing about death is everywhere. Death is on everybody. So like that thing is like that part. I just feel like maybe he was just that one person that got a glimpse of what was about to happen. And then you had to make that decision. Were you going to change anything, or were you just going to be like, oh, that was just a dream, and then boom, you die? So I think that...
Nah, man, because death chose them, bro.
Well, death chooses everybody. Like the way I looked at it was like...
My man woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. The first 0 turned to 8. Their flight was 180. Death chose them.
Yeah, but I think that part was because he woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. I think that the time changing to 180 was just for us. I don't think that he saw it change to 180.
No, of course he didn't see it. What I'm saying is, in the movie, they was giving you hints about how the next death was gonna happen. So this is why I was telling you I had went back and watched it again, besides the fact that I was watching Insecure. I had went back and watched it again, also because I was picking up on the clues. So remember before he got on the plane that night, when the clock turned to 180, you remember how the plane blew up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Hold on, what do you mean?
I found out how the plane blew up.
Yeah, they said it was an electrical. What the fuck was it? I forgot what it was.
They said it was a leak, a fuel line leak, but that's not what happened. If you go back and watch it, remember when the death start coming through the house and it start blowing the wind and stuff?
Yeah.
Remember that one part in the scene where it showed the planes and that one propeller was going? That's how the plane blows up. The plane blows up because the propeller was fucked up.
Yeah, he looked out the window and saw that it was fucked up.
That's what I'm saying.
But they said on the news that it was
the news don't know shit. Don't pay that shit no attention. That's how to throw you off. What's been going on through this whole movie is they giving you all kind of clues and shit as to how shit is gonna happen. So, for instance, the one with Todd, right? Mm-hmm. When they was, you know what I'm saying, doing everything, it's a I forgot what the hint is, but it's a hint in there before he get there. Not the one where the name thing come. It's another hint, and I just watched it. I can't believe I can't remember this right now. But it's another hint that shows you that he's going to hang or he going to strangle. Mm-hmm. So that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like in the movie, it was showing you little hints about how each one of them was going to die.
Well, maybe that was stuff that would have been there, but you just didn't notice it until I think that something unlocked in his brain. When he had that premonition, something unlocked in his brain for him to start noticing things that he probably never noticed before. Like that's kind of like right. Okay, when you get a new car, or your friend or your girl or whatever get a new car, right?
And then you start seeing that car.
You start seeing that shit everywhere. Yeah. Like I think that's what happened to him. It's like once he had that premonition, he started seeing shit everywhere.
That's true, but on top, what I'm saying is, as the viewer, the person that's watching it, you start you get hints as to what's going to happen. Him personally, he was just getting clues that just gave him hints of who's going to die next.
Yeah,
he didn't actually know how the shit was going to happen.
Yeah, he didn't know that part. He just knew the reason he knew it was Ty. He was looking at the penthouse and threw that bitch at the fan, and
which is comedy because my man was about to spank it in the most stressful situation, and I felt all his pain, bro.
But you know why though? Who was he looking at when he picked up that penthouse?
I forgot.
He was looking at Claire.
Remember? In the penthouse?
No. So he was just sitting there, right, chilling, and then he saw the newspaper that had that memorial thing at the school, and like whoever took that picture of Claire, then he picked the damn penthouse up because he was thinking about Claire. It's like, what kind of name is Claire? I always thought it was Claire, but it's Clear.
But it's supposed to be like Claire.
So do they pronounce it Claire and just spell it Clear?
No, it is Clear. Clear Rivers.
That is dumb as fuck. Yeah, I always thought it was Claire, dude. I swear I thought her name was Claire. So I just thought that was funny that he looks at the picture of her and he was like, "Shit, man, let me get this penthouse right quick. Let me go ahead and whack one off real quick." But yeah. I like the point that you make it, like, because like after, and then what also really fucked them up was when they went to so after Todd died, because she had felt some shit too, which it don't really explain how she felt things too, because she was at Todd's house and she was like, the reason that I was there was because she said when you did that thing on the plane, she said she felt what he could see, so she felt herself burning.
Yeah, which later on down the line we find out why she also felt that.
Yeah, and like so then she ended up popping over there because I don't know if she felt Todd's death or what. I don't think she really said that.
I think she sensed it too, because remember she kept saying like I could feel it too. I know I felt she felt him there. That's why she was there.
Yeah, and so they was like, "Yo, we need to see Todd." So these motherfuckers break into a mortuary where, you know what I'm saying, the main man, Tony Todd, you know what I'm saying, is playing the damn
musician. Wait. Before that, though, we got to talk about Todd's death.
Okay.
And now, this is why we got to talk about Todd's death.
Yeah. Okay.
Because this is why I say this shit get goofy, but go ahead.
Okay. Now, for me, let me just say what this done for me. For me, it started being like, okay, he's sitting on the toilet, all of a sudden, water starts leaking. And like when the first time you see this shit, you're like, okay, like whatever. But then the water starts following his ass. And it's like, well, and then it's like everything is like meant for an accident. Like it's made to seem like, okay, first of all, who has a clothesline in the bathroom like that? Which is kind of weird. Like,
listen, I'm with you.
How do you get in the shower Like you duck under that bitch. Like
got to.
I don't understand that part. Like that was kind of weird. And so then, like, the whole little setup to it was kind of corny because he cut his face on purpose. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I don't know. I think it was just like they just told him, look, just burn some time, clip some nose, hairs out your nose. You know what I mean? All of that shit, that was corny. But when it got to the shit where he slips, and then like they give you the stuff where they lead up to like where you think, oh, he about to electrocute himself. Because like the water's coming up on him and he's plugging up the radio and shit. So like it gives you that little thing, but then it gives you that was the bait to switch, and then he trips over the water. Goddamn, the thing wraps around his neck. He perfectly falls into the tub, and then strangling him to death. Now, I just felt that thing being there, that was kind of weird. I mean, look, I don't know if this is like a uppity people type of thing. Like I just never seen a cord just sitting in the middle of a shower like that. That was just weird. So what was it that was so corny to you?
Well, first off, the water following him, and then after he died, the water going back into under the toilet bowl. So that already pissed me off. Second, he could have prevented himself from dying. I hope everybody realizes this, because the first thing he messed up on is when it happened. I mean, I'm not saying like you ain't supposed to panic in that, but he like panicked too much.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I always thought that when I seen it. Now we don't know how we would react in that situation, but at the same time,
that's what I'm saying.
He was freaking out way too much.
Yeah, he had enough time to really change shit up. So first thing he did wrong was he put his hands down in the tub. I don't know what made him do that. Then the second thing he did wrong was he kept trying to snatch that shit off his neck. If he was smart, he'd just put his hands on the side of the tub and pushed himself up.
Yep.
And been able to call for help. Now, I get it. It's for the movie. You know what I'm saying? You can't have them be logical, because if not, then we don't got no movie. So that's cool. Third, he had on pants. He could have took his pants down, put his feet on the bottom of the pants, and been able to move.
Yeah, push yourself up. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. You gotta think outside the box on this. And then you know what I'm saying? That's the other part. And then he was first off, what was he shaving?
I have no idea.
And who the fuck has a razor like that? Where the fuck you get that old timey razor?
They do sell those joints.
I know, but where?
There are that was his dad's, man.
Come on, man. Put that shit up. First off, you ain't got nothing to shave. You cut yourself for no reason, bro.
He did. He cut himself.
And then I'm sitting there nervous. He trying to cut his little nose hairs. I'm like, oh man, he really about to die, bro. I'm like, he about to trip on that water, and that shit gonna go straight through his brain. That's what I was initially thinking when I first seen this. Had no clue my man was gonna die from strangulation. But yeah, that to me, that's where it started getting goofy, because it went from being like a possibly great horror movie to this weird, whimsical, supernatural thriller.
Well, that's something else that I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know this is Fright Fest, and we didn't mention this. This is the 8th episode. Sorry, people. We were just so excited to get started. So the 8th episode of the Fright Fest. When I initially said this movie, I didn't say it for it to be, because I don't necessarily view this as a horror movie.
Really?
I don't. It's not a scary movie in that type of sense. It's in the realm now, but I look at it as just one of those, you know what I'm saying, sci-fi thrillers, because it could be lumped. It could definitely be lumped in there, but I never looked at it as like that type of movie. So, but I can see what you're saying. You know, so after Todd, dies, and they go to the mortuary, and then he's giving them answers without giving them answers. Like he is like Tony Todd is there to get your brain working. I can give you clues, but you got to figure this shit out on your own. And I just think that it's like, so what? All mortuary dudes know the path of death, like,
or just know that death is chasing niggas. Who is this nigga?
Yeah, and then he know their names when they come in.
First off, they break into the mortuary, and this nigga is ducked off. God knows where. Where did he come from? And then he just instantly, oh no, I know who you are, nigga. How do you know me?
That, and then he's pulling shit out, no gloves on, and then they just in there asking questions like it's normal, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, we sorry to break in here, but yeah, like, look, I'm sorry to break in here, but you know, like the fuck, like that was a weird scene. You know, when you think about it,
and they made him do the corny evil laugh too. I didn't like that.
Man, come on, man, he got to, man.
Nah, bro,
he got to. Hey, so then it's like, so they sit around, and because then, like, I think, like, when you're a first time viewer and you're looking at this shit, it's like the Todd shit, that like him and Claire are sitting there having this conversation, and they're like, and she made a good point because she wasn't 100% convinced, because she was like, look, I'm drinking a coffee, starts with C, ends with E. So does that mean I'm gonna choke to death? Like, we need to be more specific on what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. So then the person that got on my nerves was Carter the whole time. Like, Carter was just a complete just straight up dickhead, yo. Like, he was just annoying as hell. And so then what was strange about this whole sequence is Todd dies by himself, and he gets a premonition, not even a premonition at this point. All he really does is throw the magazine, and Todd falls on his leg. Mm-hmm. Now he's sitting there talking to her. Damn, Terry and Carter see him. Hitchcock is about to get ran over by Carter, and then Mrs. Loomis is walking out. So now everybody's at the same damn place, and now there's this reunion. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, he saw a bus pass by on the glass, and there was no bus. Now, if you want to sit here and point out a whole bunch of crazy shit, let me point out something. And I don't know if you noticed this or not. Mm-hmm. When they were sitting there talking, like Claire and Alex, they're sitting there talking, the camera had went to where it was like on the other side of them. Mm-hmm. The road was blocked off.
Yeah.
Where the fuck that bus come from?
Death, apparently. Shit, because anything is possible if death gonna do it. Just like these niggas is driving to fuck Lord knows where. Then they stop in the middle of the train tracks. I don't know why he did that. He stops in the middle of the train tracks.
Oh, well, I know
all
why.
All of a sudden, the train is coming. So then he all tough. Yeah, I'll decide when I go. I decide when I live. I decide when I die. Shit, everybody else like, man, open that goddamn door. We about to get the fuck up out of here. We not about to dodge this nigga. So they get out. Now, he done seen the loose seatbelt and everything. Now, before he even got there, this nigga sees a premonition of a train in the window.
The same way he saw that bus.
So then, after he sees that, he goes to save my man. This is where the bullshit commences. He pulls him out in the nick of time. However, the train hits the car. Car fucking explodes. Nothing happens to them. They fall over like it's just, you know what I'm saying? Come on, fam. Didn't nobody fly back from the explosion. Ain't nobody on fire. Didn't nobody get burnt. They ain't had no scratches except for when they fell. Come on, my guy. Bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
What kind of supernatural thriller is this?
Yeah, true. But let me we're going too fast. So they sitting there. So Terry's finally fed up with the bullshit. Like, she's sick of the shit. She was like, yo, if you're gonna sit here and fight with this dude every time we get together, then if you want to be stuck, I'm moving on. She turns around. But
best kill of the movie.
Smack the shit out of her, but
I wouldn't say that. Movie.
I wouldn't say that. Mine is coming up. So now Terry's gone, and so now Alex is having the conversation with them. Like, fuck the whole police investigation. I don't care about none of that shit. Well, I mean, no.
Listen,
we got to speak about that. We got to, because this is the thing, though.
It gets deeper. The stupidity gets deeper.
Oh man, when he had the thing about Miss Loomis. Now, this is another thing that I don't know if you picked up on.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get the John Denver song?
Yeah.
It played at the airport.
Yep.
He was like, damn, didn't he die in the plane crash? That was another thing. Then she started playing John Denver.
It's Rain and Fire.
You know what I'm saying? That too. So then, the stupidity is
No. Remember, John Denver also played in the bathroom with Todd. That was the song that was on the radio.
It was on the radio. So so Mrs. Loomis is the third time
we hear it. Yep.
So this dude figures out the pattern or whatever. So he's like, yo, Mrs. Loomis is next. Goes over to Mrs. Loomis's house. This motherfucker is pushing on her tires. The police pulls up. And he's like, yo, I'm just checking the air pressure on her tires. What the fuck, man? Really?
No, keep going. Keep going, because
it
gets stupider.
So she calls the police. So they take him. He's sitting there and he's like, yo, I believe Mrs. Loomis is next.
It gets dumber.
He says, I have a list and I believe she's next. And so basically they don't have anything to hold him. So he leaves. So she's at home.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, she's packing her shit.
She's freaking the fuck out.
So she's sitting there and she like that. We talked about the canister thing or whatever. So it did the whole little freaky thing with the shadow thing.
This is Halloween. This is I swear, bro. That's what it looked like.
This girl now screamed because of a face on a damn coffee cup.
Mm-hmm.
And so she pours the hot in there and then goes directly. She pulls that out and then goes straight to putting something cold in there, so it cracks the cup.
Wait a minute. She poured the hot water in there.
Yeah.
She looked at the logo and freaked out. The logo. Sees the logo, tosses that shit. Cup hot in the motherfucker.
Yep.
Not only does she put cold vodka in there, she put ice in that motherfucker.
Hey, I don't know.
She a teacher though.
She a teacher.
Stupid.
I don't know, but she was a part of the French team, man. I don't know how smart she really was. So
not too bright.
So she cracked the cup. So she's leaving an alcohol trail. You know what I'm saying?
The most perfect. First of all, I want to know how much vodka she put in that cup. Because that was a lot of goddamn vodka to be on the floor for her not to notice that shit was pouring.
That shit was dropping. So then she sits the cup down. Well, she looks over the computer so that the vodka's dripping down in the computer. Mm-hmm. So then, this is the thing though. The computer starts smoking.
Word.
Before that,
did you see how much vodka was on the computer?
Yeah, it was a good bit. And she didn't notice that shit was dripping at all.
That's all I'm saying. But she also set the cup. She also set the cup down on top of the computer. Did you see that too?
Yeah.
And then when they showed it, the cup was gone.
Man, you know how that goes.
This is what I'm saying, bro. Death is sneaky. He picked the cup up and put it somewhere else. He got rid of the evidence. That's what I'm saying. But this movie,
he did it with the water, man.
This movie ain't as good as everybody thought it was. We was had in 2000, man.
Oh, we was had. So she leans into the computer and the damn computer explodes into her fucking face. Then she pulls look, she needed to be in Saw. Because the way she pulled that damn piece of thing out of her neck, she pulled it out like it was nothing, man. That blood started squirting out that bitch.
If she was smart, she kept that motherfucker in there.
Exactly. So then she starts walking back to the kitchen, and then it sparks a fire, and then it goes into the alcohol trail. So she's walking back to the kitchen. And so then it explodes. She falls on the floor, and then she see this towel that she threw. Who just throws a towel?
No. First off, it went up to the fucking top of the oven. The oven now catches fire because the gas is being released. Then it explodes the bottle of vodka, which I don't know how that happened. It explodes the bottle of vodka that was right next to it. Then she fell and starts grabbing the towel that she laid on the knife block.
And then the knife block tips over, and then the knife falls perfectly into her chest.
Now, this is where it gets stupid.
So Alex walks in, and he's like, Mrs. Loomis. And so then, for some odd reason, no, there was another explosion that made the chair fall and pushed the knife in further. He has a smart idea. Hey, let me just grab this and pull it out of your chest and put my fingerprints all over it.
And leave my shoe prints in your blood.
Yeah. Well,
instead of keeping your ass outside.
Yeah. And so then he's running out the house. Who's there? Hitchcock. And so he dives in the house and explodes. Fucking Billy, man. Well, I mean, come on. He's really Stifler, but hey.
Always Stifler.
Yeah, he's always Stifler. I don't care what anybody says. So then it's like, and then the sign for her was he was walking and the dude was cleaning leaves, burning leaves, and then the fire from the leaves started going into his face, so he knew that Mrs. Loomis is going to have something to do with fire. So now they're at the point where they're like, hey, Alex, you are basically the person you are the prime suspect of, which is kind of weird because it's like, okay, so somebody have a premonition, says, I believe that this plane is going to blow up.
No.
And the plane blow up. Like,
it ain't weird. I'm going to tell you why it ain't weird. Because this is why I say this is how stupid this is. Because he set himself up to begin with. He should have never went in the house. He tried to tell them, hey, what's her name? Ms. Loomis?
Miss Loomis.
Ms. Loomis is next. She's gonna die next. So when he tell them, they laughing at him, they making jokes about the shit. So then what's the one dude's name? Agent, the black dude, the black agent, the dude that was that playing Do the Right Thing. This nigga, he laughing. He like, man, you know what? I almost believe this kid. He kind of creeped me out. So his partner, he say, nah, man, you know what? Sometimes you creep me out. These niggas are sitting here having the whole discussion, and they not doing nothing about this lady supposedly died. Let's talk about that too.
And it was Luton. I said it wrong.
It's Luton?
It's not Lumen. It's Miss Luton.
Okay. So Miss Luton. So the whole time they having a whole conversation. This kid is telling them after he done saved 6 people on the plane, he showed up as soon as Todd died, and he wasn't there, but he knew to show up though. Then all of a sudden he telling you, "Hey man, Miss Luton, she about to die." So y'all mean to tell me y'all police and y'all don't even go check on this lady?
Not even just that. They didn't have nothing to hold them, but at the same time, you're not gonna follow them?
Come on, man. So now this is why I say he's stupid, because he goes in there, like I said, should have never went in there. He goes in there. The first time he had a chance to turn around, he seen her on the ground with a knife in her stomach. Oh, let me get the fuck out of here, because this ain't meant for me. Shit is on fire. She laying down dead. It's time for me to go. I can't save her. Nah, he go in there, grab the knife, pull it out, drop it, footprints everywhere. So, you know what I'm saying? My man Billy just riding his bike. Little weird for a nigga to be riding his bike as a senior in high school, whatever.
He was riding his bike early. Remember, Carter knocked him off his bike.
That's what I'm saying. This nigga riding the bike everywhere. I'm like, dude, get a car. So You know what I'm saying? He just, riding casually down the street. Somehow he passed Miss Luton house at the right perfect time to snitch on this nigga. He snitched on Alex, bro.
So
what kind of shit was that?
True. So then Claire put the whole situation for everybody to meet Alex, so Alex can tell the rest of the people what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So Carter's freaking out. He's like, fuck that. I control my life. I'm going to, determine what I'm going to do. So he plays the game of, what do you call that game? Chicken. So chicken with just everything, goddamn.
Yeah.
So
with everybody in the car. And nobody agreed to play but him.
Yeah, and great fucking car.
Beautiful
Love that
car.
car.
Beautiful car.
So anyway, you brought it up earlier, so we'll just skip all that. So he's on the train track.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Alex, like you said, he saw the belt breaking. Yep. So he's trying to talk him out. And then all of a sudden, oh, it's not my time. So then he tries to crank it up, won't crank. And you're right. Like, I know how they like to make it seem like at the blink of an eye, like you make it just in the blink of an eye to make it, right? The thing is, I think they did it. There's a thing called cutting it close. They surpassed that. Like, that was way too close. Like, that wasn't even cutting it close.
Carter's knees would have been knocked off. He'd have lost a foot. Possibly broke ribs due to the impact of the explosion hitting him as he's getting pulled out. Something would have happened to where these niggas would have been somewhat critically injured. Nothing happened. I mean, he pulled this nigga out and the train was literally on the car.
The car was already gone, my guy. Like, the car was on fire.
As the car was getting hit, he pulled Carter out. Carter ain't hit the train. His legs ain't hit the train. Toes ain't hit the train. No body parts hit the train. Alex toes ain't get ran over. Nothing happened to either one of them. Didn't nobody get burnt up by the explosion. None of that. We talking about a train and a car colliding and then gas exploding. Come on, man.
True. Very true. So then, to my favorite killing. So now, Billy is convinced. Carter, you're next. And I'm going to stay away from you. Mm-hmm. So he's going through this whole little speech. And so then it shows you the next setup. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing this little silver like thing, like just on the train track.
It was like some debris from the car or something.
And then you see a chain, which I don't know why a chain is dragging on a train. Who knows? But hey, it's death.
Right.
Snatch that bitch up and cut his fucking face in half. And then the train is just finished going by, and then the body drops. I was like, That's what I'm talking about. That's my shit right there. So now they're convinced of like, yo, he believed that he's next. So she hides him out at her dad's cabin. And that's another thing. She's like a straight up senior that's living on her own. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? Got a whole house of dogs. She got money to get. I mean, I guess she can get scrap metal. I guess she don't have to buy the scrap metal because she's building all this crazy shit in her garage and all this.
And see, that's what I'm saying. They never explained how the fuck she was surviving on her goddamn own.
Maybe her dad had life insurance. I did forget about that. So, I mean, she could have got his life insurance.
That's just a theory. They never told us.
But they never told us, yeah. But I'm just saying that could have been.
This bitch is welding shit in the garage and shit. Like, what? Who? Where are your parents?
Well, the dad apparently.
No, remember the dad died, and then the mom left and kicked her out to go live with her new husband.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, because she was telling him that when they was before they went off to the thing. She was like, I'm not gonna let death do this to me. In my story, my mom and my dad were all in the car, and my dad is smacking a fresh pack of cigarettes or whatever she was talking about. But I remember she was saying that her mom kicked her out because of her new husband and he didn't want kids. So she said my mom didn't want kids either, which is kind of fucked up because this bitch got a whole house apparently. y'all gonna ditch her and she got a house? That's crazy, bro.
This is true. So Alex is hiding out in the cabin, and so then he's sitting there thinking. He's like, "Yo, when I had the premonition, I was in my original seat.
Mm-hmm.
So Claire was actually in front of me. Then they figure out that she's next. So then her whole shit, raining, lightning and shit,
pulling out all the stops. Hey, Def wanted this one bad. You hear me?
He was like, "I'm tired of getting defeated over here."
Bro, he put up the guy that was the Saw of Final Destination in that one, bro.
Oh yeah, he tried everything. He tried to he took the pool down, tried to electrocute it. Oh damn, now I can't electrocute you. So now I'm gonna blow up all the lights in your house. Like I mean, and then the thing, but see, the different thing with her was Alex really never got any premonitions on her. I don't remember now. What did he see?
It was the fish hooks first off. So they in the cabin by the lake. That's what the fish hook represent. Then when the candle goes, when the oil burner go out, that's the electric thing getting hit, and all the house and all our lights in the house go out.
So what about the power line?
That's the same thing. The power line is due to the fact of getting hit by the lightning. That's why the power in her house went out. Because remember, that's where the power line came from.
Okay. So then we get probably one of the most exciting parts of the movie, which I remember this. They put this in the trailer. When he fell down that hill and goddamn flipped up, and he stopped and that thing was in front of him. Whoo!
Now this is the question I got though. Because remember, this is the thing that threw me off. Because Def was trying to kill both of them at the same time.
Or was it just the fact that it was just a coincidence and it was showing us no matter what happens, you're not going to die unless it's your time?
Fuck no, because it wasn't his turn.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because, for instance, right, in Final Destination 2, when Kyle from Living Single, you know what I'm saying, when he was fed up because he started pulling the Carter shit, you know what I'm saying, I die on my terms. Remember, he had a gun to his head and he started shooting, and the gun didn't go off 6 straight times.
Right.
And Claire came in and was like, "It's not your time." Like, he tried to kill himself, but he couldn't.
No. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's different. What I'm saying is Def was trying to kill him.
Or whether it was just
either Def was trying to kill him or Def was trying to slow him down from saving her.
I think it was trying to slow him down.
Because apparently
even when that tree fell on him and he was about to drown.
So that was the second time, because the first time is like you said, he was falling down the hill and he stopped himself right before his face impaled into the branch. Then the second time, all of a sudden, just randomly, as he's going that way, lightning just hits the tree, and then the tree is so heavy, even though it's the very tip top of the tree, it falls on him and knocks him into the water, and he drowning him as the damn people looking for him. The cops is looking for him. So all that was just weird as hell to me. It didn't make sense. I noticed that everything that was happening was obviously due to Def, because when he was running, he turned around and it looked like he slipped, but it don't look like he slipped. It looked like he got pushed. So I'm assuming that was like a way of Def pushing him down there. I don't know. It's the way it looked to me when he fell and almost hit the branch though.
True, but it pulled out all the stops on Clear, and then she tried to go out the garage wasn't working, and then she backed into the garage, and then the damn garage thing fell down on it. It was trying to do everything it could.
And the power lines were so powerful and strong that they was knocking through the door of the garage.
That not only just that, how it hit the car and shut the car off, and how it was just staying there.
I'm saying, man, let me tell you something about Def. Not a creative guy. He's not a creative guy at all. He didn't think that one through.
Yo.
This is also the thing, though. He was touching the car at certain points. Never got electrocuted.
I don't remember him touching the car until he grabbed the thing off. Or maybe I just wasn't really looking
when he first went up, he touched that car. Because he said, "You're grounded by the wheels."
Yeah, he said that.
That's not gonna happen, my boy. First off, keep it all the way real with you. That shit is all metal, right? So if that electricity is touching that metal, I don't give a damn what the wheel's touching. It ain't gonna have shit to do with shit. Ain't gonna have shit to do with shit. When she opened that goddamn door, she was gonna get her ass shocked. That's why when she kept trying to do that, I said, "Nah, this ain't the one," because she should have been shocked up.
This is true. Yeah. But at the same time, if you think too logically, you don't have a movie in this field.
Also, I don't think that's what he was talking about when he said grounded, because once again, when I watched it again, I realized that there was still water on the ground.
Yeah.
So no.
And it was a fire. It was fire on the ground.
Fire on the ground. That's what I'm thinking of. It wasn't water. Water was in the backyard.
Yeah. So it was fire on the ground, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take this thing."
Which is confusing. How the fuck did the power line get from the backyard to the front yard?
It's a long power line, long as fuck, man.
I don't remember none of that shit. Wait a minute, man. Now that I'm thinking about that don't make sense. That shit went from the backyard to the driveway, bro.
Yeah. Death wasn't playing, boy. That's it. I'm tired of y'all beating me. And
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so then he saves her, and then this is the crazy thing.
Mm-hmm.
She even said it. Yo, we ain't talked to each other for 4 straight years, my guy.
Yeah.
Now we in love for a couple of days. so then he saves her life.
You say your life, you know.
Yeah.
You either one. Yeah,
either one. So and then the cops magically believe him now. You know what I'm saying? After he get blown back because
no. This nigga got out of the car and said, "Alex, don't touch that." What? Sit your ass down. You was just trying to arrest him.
Yeah, he didn't believe me earlier. Now, you know what I'm saying? You care about my well-being.
Man.
So they giving him CPR and shit.
Right.
So then, you know what I'm saying, the movie take a turn. Now all of a sudden, Claire done got bold, you know what I'm saying? 6 months go by, she done dyed the hair blonde. You know what I'm saying? Now she ain't got the bangs no more. And these motherfuckers got and then he said it, and I ain't gonna lie. This some black people shit. If we would have got on the plane and we miraculously got off and that bitch blew up, we ain't getting on the plane in 6 months.
Nah.
But they said it. They was like, "Yo, I can't believe we even got on a plane." You know what I'm saying? Because that's the realest line in the whole movie. It's like, "Yo, I cannot believe we got on this plane," because you would think that you would be traumatized. So Alex ain't done. Alex like, "Yo, something ain't right." So he starts going over the list again. And so then Claire's like, "Yo, if you look at it this way, let's look at it like it's over." And then Carter's like, "Yo, I'm the safest person here because at the end of the day, Alex, you're still next. No matter what happens, you're still next." And so Alex started having a little bit more premonitions or whatever. And so then he gets the sign that it's him. So he tells Claire to stay away from him. He's walking, and then she has a premonition of a bus.
Right.
So then she calls Alex's name. He stops. Bus don't hit him. Swerves. Hit this shit. Hit another shit. Then all of a sudden, here's a sign. The sign goes to hit him, and Alex is standing there like a dumbass, looking at the sign coming towards him. Carter knocks him down and says, "I told you was next." And he was like, "Well, who's next after that?" And then they don't show it, but the damn sign smacks Carter ass.
Right.
Okay. Now, I know you want to kill the movie. Well, you have been killing the movie. And that's fine. But when it comes to Final Destination 2, right? The only reason why these two was, you know how I am with a continuous story. Like, that, I'm a sucker for that shit.
Yeah.
So there's a scene in 2 where they was riding in a car on their way. They had just left the sheriff's house or the cop house or whatever. And so they're telling these stories about like, yo, this ain't my first time cheating death. He was like, I was supposed to die. A teacher got killed, but I was subbing for another teacher, and it was Ms. Luton.
Mm-hmm.
Then the cop guy was like, yo, I was supposed to be with my partner, but he ended up getting in a shootout and he died. But the reason I went with him because I was scraping up Billy Hitchcock. So then this one girl was like, yo, I was supposed to go to this one thing, but I was on a bus and the bus hit this girl. She's like, yo, that's Terry.
Yeah.
And then the one drug addict dude was like, yo, I was in Paris, and then all of a sudden, boom, man, this damn dude get hit by the sun. So they made a comparison with the first one and the second one by saying that all of y'all lives was affected by it was connected by everybody that came out that plane. He was like, wait a minute. So what you're saying is if y'all would have died in the plane, then we would already be dead.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was dope. I'm not gonna sit there and say like that's gonna take the movie to like a 5 or whatever, but they don't do that no more after that. Like the only things there's only references after that. Like when it's like even 3, she just mentioned the fact that Flight 180 and all this little stuff, but they never connected the stories. I thought that was dope that they connected the stories from 1 to 2 by saying that if y'all wouldn't have that, because that was the whole thing of saying death design. It's like we don't know how another person's life is affecting another person's life that you don't even know these people. Right. And that just shows you how we're all connected. So I thought that was dope. That was the only thing that I wanted to mention from part 2. Well, not part 2, but Final Destination 2. But like then, like I told you, personally, I thought the third one was cool. I thought it was all right. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say something, but I don't need to share the information on the podcast. But after that, they got really, like, if you think that this one is trash,
it get worse.
After this, my God.
It get worse and worse.
The final, because they named it The Final Destination and Final Destination 5, oh my God. That was a waste.
It's a new one coming out, right? Is that the one you talk about, The Final Destination?
No, The Final Destination was the 4th one.
What's another one coming
out? They had a Final Destination 5. Final Destination 5 came out like 5 years ago or something like that.
Man, hold on. I swear it's another one coming out, bro.
It came out in 2011. Because it was 2000, 2003.
Yeah, it's Final Destination 6.
I wasn't tripping. No, The Final Destination was the 4th one came out in 2009, and then the one came out in 2011.
Yeah.
They really, man? They don't.
It's gonna be Final Destination 6.
Yeah. Oh my God, man! They need to stop.
Hopefully they can go through the backstory of how the fuck Death chose all this shit and why did Death start any of this? Because none of this makes sense.
I see what you're saying. But I also think that part opened up in his brain to where it like, oh shit. Like that's just like some people are chosen for certain shit. Like I don't know if look, I don't know if I believe in this Miss Cleo shit. But like, you know what I mean? But like at the same time, it's like a different access of the brain. Like I do think that there's some people that are gifted. Yeah. And it's just like I don't know how to explain it, but I do think that people are gifted. And I think that just at this point that he was chosen somehow. And he's seen what was about to happen and all of these events that happened after that.
No, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I think that, you know what I'm saying, like in life that we have a group of people who definitely have some sort of connection, you know what I'm saying, like a deeper connection with nature, or whether it be, you know what I'm saying, a quote unquote spirit realm or something like that. Like I believe in those things. My thing is just the way that this happened. It was too whimsical and cartoonish for me for certain shit to be going on. like the water situation. Like, come on, man. Why don't you just leave the water on the floor?
Because I think that
it like think this is
they wouldn't have been able to call it a suicide.
Regardless, it don't even matter if it was a suicide or not. You think death care about the charges?
Like, apparently they did.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why is death cleaning up evidence?
That's what he was doing.
It's shit like that just don't make sense to me. Like, why not leave the water on the floor? You could just be like, oh, he slipped on the water, boom, boom, he dead. I mean, he's gonna be dead regardless.
Yeah.
It was just weird. That right there was just weird to me.
I think it was. I don't want to call it overthinking it, but I think the thing that they was trying to show the viewers was like. I mean, look. First of all, it was the first of its kind. Like we never seen anything like it, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do it, because I thought that to come up with this type of idea in 2000, because it was never done before, where you seeing that there's apparently a death list, and like once you cheat death, because it also has. I mean, just think about it, dude. Like. I was thinking about this today. Have I ever had a near-death experience? I never really had like a clean-cut death experience, near-death experience. I mean, there was one time where we was riding to West Virginia. We was going back, going to West Virginia, and it was at nighttime. This is one of the reasons why I never drove back up at night again. So I'm riding, you know what I'm saying, on I-77. I-79, it was one of them. And so then the car, I mean, and I'm going, you know what I'm saying, about 80. I'm doing a pretty good speed. Car flies past me. I mean, moving. I'm like, what the fuck? And so then they swerve over into my lane. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, dumb people. And all of a sudden, all I see is brake lights. And dude, so I have to damn move over into another lane not to hit them in the back. Dude, they smacked a deer, my God. I'm talking about boom. I mean, smack that deer. Man, listen. I heard it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, if they never would have got in front, because I think the deer was at a standstill, you know, deer in headlights. The deer didn't move. So it's like, if they never would have got in front of me, would I would have hit the deer? I don't know if I would have died, but you know what I mean? So
that's a good question.
So it's just I wouldn't call it. I mean, but it also have people thinking like after you seen this movie, you ain't gonna sit there and think that you didn't think twice of like, man, I could have died right there. Is death coming after me now? I done see you find a destination like is some kind of freak accident gonna happen to me now? I think that's what this movie ended up doing. I think it was something that'll make you think about, because with Final Destination, it made you think about everything differently. You start looking at planes different. You start looking at log trucks different. You start looking at roller coasters different. You start I think that was the whole purpose of this movie, was to get you to look at life experiences different when you are almost or in a near-death situation. I think that was the whole purpose of the movie. Did it do it in some cheesy ways? Yeah, but also at the same time, 2000. I mean, shit, I was a freshman, so you know what I'm saying. So obviously, this movie was a whole lot doper to me back then than it is now. But I think for what it started, but I gotta knock it down a little. I mean, if we're talking about just this movie, I'm not gonna rate this movie on the other ones, but like the direction that they went after 3, they fucked it up. They should have just stopped. And now told me the news that they got a new one on the way.
So make it worse, huh?
Yeah, man. Because I'm telling you, the only thing that was good in part 5 was the escalator scene. Well.
Yeah,
I ain't never look at the escalator the same after that. Them things already used to freak me out anyway, man. Because you always think that, even though you could be wearing slides, And it's like, I'll sit there and think, boy, I hope my shoelaces don't get caught in this thing. I ain't even got no damn shoelaces.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
So I always thought escalators was a little freaky anyway, but
nigga, I quit going to with bottles, using bottles in the car.
Oh,
if it ain't no cup holders, I don't put no bottles in the car because he couldn't hit that brake.
Yeah.
I'm not with that. I'm not with that at all.
Yep, that's another thing. And in that power, you know what I'm saying? She tried to hit the brake and that water bottle fell up under the. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by like that's what this movie and this franchise did. It just made you look and think about things a little differently. Because I'm pretty sure people probably used to put, you know what I'm saying, water bottles in between their legs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You see that shit, you're like, oh shit, yeah. If it does fall down there, I won't be able to hit the brake. So
exactly.
Cool, man.
Cool, man. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first seen this movie in 2000, let me see. I think I was 10. No, I wasn't 10. I was 12. Yeah, I was 12. Okay. 12 years old watching this movie. Amazed. Oh man, this is great. This is, you know what I'm saying? It ain't too scary, but it's good. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt at 12. You know what I mean? Like I said, my favorite kill was Tara. You know what I'm saying? She screaming, turn around, bah, I'll get hit by the bus. Amazing. I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I was excited. Now I'm watching this at 33. Cheesiest movie I've ever saw in my life, almost. Horrible. I'm talking about none of this shit makes sense. We don't know why none of this shit is happening. We just know that a nigga decided to get off the plane with some friends and save their life, and somehow death is chasing these niggas. We don't know why. We don't know what for. We don't know what connection they have to death or what exactly happened. We don't even know why the plane was gonna blow up that time. All we know is my nigga had a dream and saved some of his friends. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I like the cast though. Don't get me wrong. The cast was dope. Robert Guinevere, I think his last name is Smith. Hold on. Who I always, you know what I'm saying, talk about. That's my dude. He played in Do the Right Thing. He was the he was the one dude in All About the Benjamins when Mike Epps told him he had a 5 head.
You ain't got a 4 head, you got a 5 head.
Sean William Scott was in his joint. Daniel Roebuck was in his joint. Ali Lauder. Man, let me tell you something. She got art over the years. Who else? Oh, Tony Todd. How could I forget him? And then Amanda Detmer, you know what I'm saying? She had a decent little career. So I mean, this has some pretty good people in it, man. But I'm sorry. Going back in hindsight and watching it with 33-year-old eyes and knowing the things that I know now, yeah, I'm giving this joint, I'll give it a 3.5.
Damn, you ain't even give us the Firefly thing, but that's all right. We don't.
I'm not even wasting our sounds on this movie, brother. I'm not wasting our sounds on this movie. This might not even get an intro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's how disappointed I am in this movie. Now we're gonna give them an intro, but they're not getting the Fire Flame thing, man.
Oh man, this guy.
They don't deserve it.
Oh man, it's funny you say that, man, because I was gonna go 3.5 too. But you know, a lot of it is, you know, the cast was good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The cast saved it for me.
Yeah, and Devin was a thing, and around that time, you know, he had some hits, man. He's coming off an Idle Hand.
You know man, you talking about a funny movie?
Yeah, man. He had Casper, so like he you know, he was coming off some shit. So, you know, and like you said, Ali, like she blew up after this.
Man, listen, she you talking about having a nice career.
Yeah, a sneaky career.
She was in Obsessed. She was in Legally Blonde. She was in Resident Evil as Claire. What else was she in, man? She been in a couple TV shows. She did some guest appearances. Like, she was doing her thing, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And then Sean William Scott, he kind of
come on, man.
he kind of, I mean, he had that one movie with The Rock, but I think that you remember he did that one movie with The Rock?
No. I remember the movie. What I'm telling you is you missing out on all kind of shit. He had Dude, Where's My Car? That nigga had before that he was in American Pie. He had Dukes of Hazzard. Like he was doing he was in Lethal Weapon. Like he was doing this fucking thing, bro.
No, he was. I was just saying that, like, I would say about 2000. What was that? About 2008. It wasn't really no more roles for him. Like to be that character. I think that character kind of.
What, Stifler?
Yeah, like you know what I mean.
You don't remember when he was in Cop Out and he was the thief who could do parkour?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh my god! You ain't see Cop Out with Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan?
Oh yeah. I did see that. He was
the thief when they was in the car.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
And they was talking about Tracy Morgan's wife, and Tracy Morgan kept going, nope, nope. Nope. Come on, bro. Because he thought they said they kept convincing him his wife was cheating on him. Come on, man. Hey, Sean William Scott was that dude, bro.
No, I'm not putting them down. I'm not putting them down at all. But
yeah.
But now, like I just really think that anytime you could come up with a different creative idea, I thought that it was dope. I think that what they did was the whole Chucky thing. It got to a point where, all right, y'all need to stop. Now they got a Chucky series, my guy. It's like, come on, like Charles Lee Ray is like, come on, this dude is gone. I don't understand how they kept this whole thing going. Like, what is Chucky motive now? It's just, I don't know. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5, man. Like, but at the time, I mean, like, if podcasts exist in 2000 and we was doing, I mean, we would have been doing well. I mean, hell, I was only 15, but it would have got. I mean, it would have probably got like a 5 from me back then. But it's just like now with the hindsight. Put it this way, it didn't age well. It happens. Right. Every movie don't age well. Some do. So I'm gonna go 3.5, man.
I'm with you, bro. Sheesh. Well,
coming soon,
man. We sorry we even look. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm sorry you guys even had to go back and rewatch this one. If y'all feel like I feel.
Coming soon.
So, man, coming soon, you know what I'm saying? Got another one for y'all. Friday. This is the last one for the Fright Fest. Yep, the very last one for the Fright Fest. We are doing some honors, man. We giving out flowers to one of the greatest horror movie producers, writers, directors of all time, the great and talented Wes Craven.
Yes, sir, man. I'm gonna have some good facts, man. I'm watching something now, man. I won't give it away, but I'll talk about it when we do what we're watching. But yeah, man. I think that doing it. I think it's only right if we do an appreciation episode. It would be Wes Craven. A lot of the things that he was involved in, some stuff that people probably don't even know that he was involved in early on in his career. I thought that it was dope. For someone to have, and I mean, I wish that I would do this, but for somebody to have dreams and then wake up and write those dreams down and actually turn that shit into movies, because some of the dreams I be having, ooh-wee, man, if I can figure out to put that shit together and put that shit on wax, that shit would be dope. But yeah, I think it's a great way to close it out, man. And
for sure.
You know, we're gonna close it out, and then we're gonna get back to our regular schedule, man. Like, but this was fun though, man. I'm glad that we chose to do this.
Me too.
You know, we had fun, but you know, we're gonna get back to our shit, man. Cause listen, I mean, it hasn't really been nothing. Look, I ain't even gonna lie. I know this ain't what we watching, but that Doom was trash.
I'm with you. Let me tell you something. I fell asleep on that motherfucker 4 times.
Dude, I fell asleep. I ain't even the one to fall asleep on shit.
I woke up and fell back asleep.
That shit was
4 times. I didn't even realize that shit was 2 hours and some change long, bro.
Man, it could have been 2 minutes. That
I woke up
trash
and looked at it, went back to sleep, and I looked at the time. The third time I woke up and looked, I said, "How the fuck this shit still on?"
That shit was bad.
That shit's horrible, man. I don't know. I just couldn't get in. It first off, it dragged. It oh my god, you talking about dragging?
That's dragging knuckles. It was bad.
I'm talking about in it's in the slowest speed possible. Like they talking about shit that I don't know nothing about. Then the only part that I vividly remember is a spider was drinking water and a lady yelled at it and then it left. And then I was just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on from that point. Man. And then they kept talking about spices, and I'm like, what the fuck are these spices so these motherfuckers can leave? I don't know, man. It didn't make sense to me.
I mean, I just say that to say that, you know, we didn't really miss nothing that was to try to get a pot about it like immediately. Right. Like didn't nothing really come out this month that was immediately need to be put out. So so yeah, I'm glad we did this, man. This was fun.
I do too, man. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got to make sure we do this again next year. Because, you know, got to keep them things rolling, man. So, excuse me. You guys can follow me on social media at Scoots Bronson on Twitter, Instagram, Scoots Bronson _TV. Make sure you check out my t-shirt line. ovop.storeenvy.com. Also, last but not least, make sure you go to twitch.tv/Scoots Bronson. Make sure you subscribe, man. Subscribe, follow, subscribe, whatever. Just make sure you there because Isolated Society is on its way. I'm getting everything together. I've been creating my banners. I got a new logo for the channel, all kind of stuff, man. So go support the Twitch channel. Isolated Society will be coming soon. Also, follow us on social media at ViewAnon-Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Facebook is VA Pod Watch Group.
All right, y'all can catch me at s.foster8 on IG and Twitter, at 28 Minutes or Less Pod on IG as well. 28 Minutes or Less on Facebook. Just put out a new pod. Actually yesterday. So shout out to my guest, which is VJ. She's from the Murder V Wrote pod, and also a part of All Docked Up, and also a part of Chopping It Up with Q.
Great
she came
episode,
on. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I try my best. We put out a really great pod. So I think everybody should check that out, and also go check out all the podcasts that she is a part of. You know what I'm saying? On the whole crew that she got over there. You know, when it comes to Penrose and Chris.
Yep.
So we put out a really good pod, man. So go rate, subscribe, all that stuff, man. Leave a review. I would love to know your feedback on that. You know, especially if you think I should try to reach out to have more guests, or if you fuck with the solo shit. But I would love to have everybody's opinion. So that's all I got, man.
That's what's up, bro. So yeah. With that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. We greatly appreciate it. As they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.